So about an hour and a half ago, Rachel and myself were at a meeting. I ended up checking the cameras, and I noticed that we had a ewe in labor over here in the crossbred pen. I watched it for a little bit, and she ended up having her lamb. So when I got home, first thing I did is come in here and check on this ewe. Her lamb is doing fine. She has it up. It's up, moving around. I want to go ahead and get it in the lambing jug and get a heat lamp on it just because it's about 10 to 18 degrees outside right now. I've watched her. I watched that lamb get up underneath of her. It seems to be doing okay, but I want to get it warmed up just because. And also on the way home, though, I noticed that one of these Suffolks over here was acting like she was in labor. And this is our oldest Suffolk ewe that we have right now. She's up, moving around. She has a bag hanging there from her. So she's in active labor right now. So we'll deal with this one first over here and then come back to her. So this lamb basically woke up when I went to go move it in here. It's getting underneath of her. I'm not getting as involved with this ewe and this lamb right now just because I want to watch it for a few minutes, just making sure this lamb's doing okay. It's cold today, but it's not as bad as it was just a few days ago, down at 0 or so. So I just kind of want to make sure this lamb's doing okay. It so far seems like it is. It's up, moving around. It was getting underneath of her, tail starting to wag. I set it right in front of the heating barrel, but didn't put it in it. It looks like it can get around on its own okay. It's not really struggling right now. So I'm hoping that it will make its way in here and she'll maybe settle down a little bit. I went ahead and grabbed her after birth there and moved it into the pen with her. It's just something I like to check on, making sure that she's done since we weren't here and seen any of the process. But got the little guy right there. I think it's a boy. I haven't checked. I need to still iodine its navel and everything else, and check him out. But I might give her a little bit of hay right now. Just give her something to do, calm her down a little bit since, she's been out there basically keeping most of these other ewe lambs off of her lamb all morning. They were giving her space. A couple times I'd log on the cameras. I'd notice like that one, especially that dark color ewe lamb we have, she was very active in the other lambs when they were born, coming up and checking on them, and this one was no exception. She was coming up a lot, and I'd see this girl throw a headbutt at her a time or two. So we got them in there by themselves, just kind of relaxing right now. So based off years past, that is what I'm going to consider the first active push that I seen, based off of her. Her history is she likes to lay down like that and push, and she's pretty loud when pushing them lambs. Always has been. Every time this would be this should be the 5th set of lambs we've had out of her. So I'm going to consider that the first official push that I have physically seen, and that's what I'm going to kind of set my timer off of, based off of when I think that she might need some help. On the camera, it's hard to tell how long that water bag. It looked like it was on the camera, but was a little bit of straw hanging down from her plug. It's hard to tell, but I'm gonna basically count that as the first push, because that's what she does when she has lambs. She lays down like that. And pushes and grunts kind of like what she did. So we're going to go off that. Hopefully she has a lamb for us here soon. So it's only been about 2 minutes, and she's spun around. She's down with that leg kicked out. So it looks like hopefully the lambs will be coming pretty soon. I just wish that, I could had a foot presenting or something like that, have a hoof sticking out, but it's kind of hard to tell how much they're struggling. Just because she's an old pro, you really don't know if she's struggling or if it's just taking her a little bit to have this lamb. We'll just have to wait and see. Stay back, Molly. Whoa, girl, I know. You want me to enter this whole work on the side?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just trying to help you. These are some big feet. God, these are huge. God. And her like ears is like down in. I don't know what that means when you hear that. Got a face. You know how to work on that. We're trying here.
Does it need to go up?
No. There we go. Okay. 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 Stand up, girl. Dear God, this thing's huge. Woo! Okay. Okay.
Big old boy or girl, I don't know.
Something. What do we got here? What do you see?
Oh,
God, disgusting.
looks like a girl.
It's a girl!
That's a big lamb.
Yay!
Head small though. Huge body.
Yay, mommy! All over you.
The issue we have now is every lamb, every time this ewe has lambed for us since January of 2021, she has had twins. This is a massive lamb. I'm looking at how much she's sunk in right now. I don't know if she'll have twins this year. This is a big ewe lamb, which is nice, but I'm glad it's alive. I agree with Rachel. She said as she was pulling on it, she probably wouldn't have had this herself. This ewe's an experienced ewe, but there just wasn't that much room for a lamb of this size. So we might have to check her just to double, make sure there's nothing in there still. But I'm just assuming. But I've been wrong about 80% of the time also. So.
And we don't want to ever intervene, but this lamb was well sunk back in there, so it was in the right position to come out. But obviously, by its size, it just wasn't going to happen on its own.
So that's a good size ewe lamb for us out of that new Ram Frosty we have. This ewe is one of our original registered Suffolk ewes we purchased. Basically, all our bloodlines pretty much run back into her. A lot of them, I should say, about half our flock, I'd bet, on the Suffolk side. Rachel went ahead and stripped her teats while she was in here. The ewe has tons of milk, always has, had a ton of milk. We checked, didn't feel another lamb in there. So right now, I went ahead and gave her electrolytes and minerals there in her water. She's still doing a really good job cleaning it off. I just looked, it's like 19, 20 degrees now. This ewe, I don't know if she would have had this lamb on her own. It's a pretty good sized lamb. It was facing the right way and everything, but like this is by far the biggest lamb she has had since we have owned her since December or November of 2020. So that worked out really good for us. I already had that head gate in the pen set up. I adjusted it to about what I thought it would work for her, so we could go from there once we got her in. I had that set up because I wasn't sure what time Rachel was going to get here, and in case I needed to get her into the pen and I was here by myself, I was going to use that head gate. That's what we have. It's just another tool to have here in our arsenal to help us. If you're by yourself, if Rachel wasn't able to come out and help, or I wasn't here to give her a hand, that head gate would have came in really handy for us because we'd have been able to keep that ewe stationary. But, it just turned out I was able to get in there and just stand off on her side, kind of just be right up against her so she wouldn't move around. And Rachel pulled that large ewe lamb for us. This is our first registered Suffolk lamb of the year so far. And it's one of the ones out of our new ram, Frosty. When we purchased Frosty, the original owner of him, he's been breeding Suffolk since the 60s. He told us that, Frosty's line's known for small heads at birth, and this lamb has a huge body on her, but her head is very, I should say, like a traditional Suffolk-looking head. It points down to a longer nose than I'm used to seeing, just because, like, a lot of times our lambs, they just don't look like this right off the bat, and, it's pretty exciting to just see these new genetics at work, and, really excited to see how this lamb grows and develops. But right now, I'm going to let this ewe and her lamb just kind of relax while I go ahead and start feeding and watering everybody. And in a little bit, I'll turn on this warming barrel for it, so that way it'll have it going through the evening, just to kind of give it a little bit of a boost. And I'm going to wait and probably process this lamb once I get everybody fed for the evening, just so that way, like I said, she's taking really good care of it right now, and I don't really want to interrupt that. Just a second, girl. This girl's weighing in at 14 pounds. Yep, right on the dot, 14 pounds. Just a second, go, mommy. Oh. So I got that lamb processed. She's back in there with mom. I got the heating barrel on. Got it turned on for her. I don't think she'll mess with this too much. I'm not really sure. I didn't really like how I had to run my cable here, but we got her here, got her all set up, and I'm sure this isn't the end for me for the evening. Right now the plan is I'll be back out here multiple times this evening, probably late, just because there's a lot of ewes that have been due this week, and they just haven't had them yet. So we're going to give everybody a break, but everybody's been fed and watered in here right now, and we're going to be back to later on this evening to check on them.